All right, we're in a new series. Here in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we have our blue Terran player playing for SC2 Gaming. It is epic, literally.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Canadian Protoss player. He is red, representing Team Alpha X. It is TriGGeR.
We casted TriGGeR Tuesday, Light.
Yeah. If you recall, we casted him 2 days ago. We were hyping him up, and with good reason. On Tuesday, he actually took down Vindicta in a PvT. A lot of people didn't expect it. A lot of people were like, who the hell is TriGGeR? And we're like, mate, do you not watch the Cranky Ducklings? TriGGeR has been on the rise this entire year, really popping off, really rising in the NA ladder, hitting 6K a couple of months ago, and recently he's been doing very well in tournaments. This is his very first DreamHack run.
And we'll see what he can do, honestly. You know, got some I know you got faith in him. You know what I'm saying?
Mate.
Hello?
Mate.
Okay.
I have faith in Void Rays. That's what I have faith in. Oh no.
You think it's gonna? Oh, yeah, man, yeah, it's probably.
So there are people. Oh, he's gonna get scouted.
He's gonna get scouted.
Oh my god. Is he gonna stop him though? Because the shield battery gets thrown, Stargate gets thrown down, Bunker gets thrown down as a response.
Oh, he's pulling the boys.
He's pulling the boys, mate.
He's not letting this go up. He does not want this up.
Mate, he's not playing, mate. He's not playing. Oh, he does focus on the probe. The probe does fall. The boys are here. It looks like the shield battery should go down. And is this gonna get stopped? Yo, the Zell shows up though.
Okay. Canceling the shield battery, taking care of the Zealot though. Zealot getting a couple SCV kills, but
wow.
You know, that's whatever.
Mate, is it just over?
Oh, he's still getting a Stargate back home, so you know we're not out of the woods yet. Like,
true, but this was a beautiful response here by Epic. So something that I was about to go into is that TriGGeR, for those who don't know, TriGGeR, he's good friends with Nina, he's good friends with Starduck. Starduck is one of the Cranky Ducklings. TriGGeR, it is well within the realm of possibility for him to whip out the cheese, you know, things like this, Proxy Stargate, Cannon Rush, anything and everything. He can also be a very solid macro player, which is what we saw mainly against Vindicta. And I was excited to see him, you know, whip out the proxy here in the very first game in this series. Very ballsy, but wow, solid response here by Epic.
And we're going into Phoenixes now, Light. Instead of Void Rays from TriGGeR. This is what he's been doing, you know, Tuesday. This is go-to build, getting those Phoenixes and just having the map control, messing with the Terran player in any way possible. So going back to his quote-unquote standard play.
Yeah, exactly. And we've seen how terrifying Phoenixes can be. I mean, we just casted Goblin earlier today, right? And especially in PvT, Phoenixes can do a lot. They can pick off high-tech units, they can shut down drops, they can just give you map control, and eventually you can just overwhelm and just do whatever the hell you want with them, apparently. So yeah, this is a nice response, but obviously Epic did, you know, have a very strong opener here. Oh my god, even diving in. Yo, Stalker.
Get that probe.
Probe went down.
Does TriGGeR does show his hand, and Epic does see the Phoenixes, so we'll see how prepared he's gonna be, or what he can do to prepare. Honestly, he does get a Viking out, does get Cyclone, so we got that anti-air coming out, quote unquote anti-air.
Yeah,
and we'll see how well Epic defends.
Now, honestly, this is looking pretty solid, right? You know, he's not stopping the Cyclones, he's not stopping the Vikings. He should be fine against these Phoenixes. To be fair, TriGGeR, right now, he's just banking up Phoenixes at home, you know, just to defend and make sure he himself is safe and sound. It's a bit of a shame that Epic did delay his natural base for so long, but you know, it was just to be safe, just because of how aggressive TriGGeR opened up. So it does make sense. I don't blame him. Here come the Phoenixes.
I just realized how damaged some of those Marines are.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we got the anti-air squad pushing out.
Let's go. I mean, there are no upgrades with this. Yo, he's even pulling a couple of boys. The Phoenixes do show up, and this should be a bit of a tell. There we go. One of the Phoenixes does spot the army moving out.
Oh, the recall does happen. The Phoenixes, they're back home, but is it just Phoenixes at home? There's like a couple Stalkers being warped in now, I guess.
Yeah, we have a couple of shield batteries. Yeah, they're on the way. Overcharge is available as well. We'll see how good the engagement is going to be here for TriGGeR. Oh my god.
Phoenix does go down. Bunker being placed as well. The Cyclones, they're doing their best to lock on to these Phoenixes. The Vikings trying well to deny the Phoenixes any kind of entry. The Marines as well. They're just pew-pewing away, and this is scary for TriGGeR, honestly. If the bunkers go up, I don't know how he's gonna break out.
Yeah, it's gonna be terrifying. Meanwhile, both Cyclones do get picked up. Are they going to go down in time, though? It looks like one of them will. Another does still stand strong. Overcharge is being used. I'm so surprised the Void Ray was actually able to survive all of that.
The Void Ray's good unit.
It's pretty good, maybe. You know what? The Phoenix count has been thinned out, and the bunkers are finished. Oh, never mind.
Signed to back out, you know, just doesn't want to stay there for too long, right? Doesn't really have any upgrades on his Marines, you know, he's still got to tech up a bit, right? He's getting siege tanks out now, like, but still, no tech lab on the barracks, no stim, no combat shields, just dropping an engineering bay now as well. So.
Yeah, that's what
I'm still catching up.
That's what I'm worried about. Like, I respect Epic for pulling back because, again, he lost the majority of his anti-air, like his Vikings and his Cyclones. So it was only a matter of time before TriGGeR basically would be able to bust out of his natural. So it makes sense. But as you're saying, he is so far behind with his upgrades, with his not just the engineering bay, but more importantly, as you were pointing out, like stim and combat shields. It's nowhere near complete. And now, because of this TriGGeR, he is free to expand and take a third.
Did he lose a Phoenix? Looks like he lost a Phoenix somewhere.
He's lost a lot of Phoenixes, mate. But yeah, I think he lost one just then. Oh boy,
trying to figure out how, but like this Epic just has a Marine just like out and about trying to scout. I'm guessing he figures there is a third somewhere, right? And there he finds it, and this Marine's getting bullied. Oh well, poor guy.
Poor guy. Those F's in the chat for that one Marine. But, you know, Epic was able to find out, hey, you know, third is on the way. I have a better idea of where I stand in this game. He prioritized his third CC over some of the other production buildings in his main. So, you know, third CC is already done. He can catch up in terms of the economy. But what I am a little bit concerned about is that TriGGeR did finish up his bay, his robotics bay, and yo, extended thermal lance, Colossus be on the way.
Yeah, we're gonna have the army building, you know, economy boom coming out for TriGGeR, dropping down all his gateways, you know, probably going to start all his upgrades as well. Epic just securing his third now and getting a combat shield, stim, and +1. I'm gonna assume there's going to be some kind of +1 push, maybe, or maybe just even drops to like help try to buy himself some time and help delay TriGGeR from doing anything crazy. But I don't know, we'll see if how passive both players will be playing.
Yeah, like I would love to see Epic go for some kind of harassment once his upgrades kick in relatively soon. Problem is, like, you know, we still have Void Rays out of the map, right? It can be very risky to try and go for those drops. Maybe towards the south he can find something. Does scan to confirm if there's an army there and what the situation is looking like. And there we go, he's actually pushing out.
Misses the Immortal and the Colossus, though. So that's interesting. I don't know if Epic's gonna be ready for the Colossus. I mean, he's got a good amount of bio, so if he wants to, he can probably just pounce on top of the Colossus if he's crazy enough, you know?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
He could be crazy. He is Epic at least. And here we go. The tanks do siege up. Oh my god, but those get picked up.
One tank is picked up. The Colossus, they're just beaming forward everything. The Void Rays get picked off right away, but the damage is done. Epic needed to pick up, and he's leaving. He's just running for it. And with that TriGGeR, it feels he's got the momentum, so he's pushing forward. I don't know if he's going to commit. Maybe wait for the Warp Prism to try to help reinforce.
Yo, TriGGeR slapped that army to the ground, mate. That was some impressive focus fire. Those Void Rays immediately like focus fired those tanks. The tanks stood no chance, and as soon as those tanks fell, the entire army fell apart there for Epic. That was very well done there by TriGGeR, and I do agree that like Epic scanning and missing the robo units, he probably thought that he had a better chance, right? That's why he moved out, and it just didn't work out his way.
As that it is, and now TriGGeR's just at this third, and he's slapping that third down. Like, the boy's been pulled, the Colossus just beaming through everything, Archons in the front line, soaking out as much damage as they can. The Zealots, they used up their charge, they baited out all the shots they can, and they traded armies, but TriGGeR's just running up for it now, and now Epic's going for it. He's running forward. He's going to try to pick off these Colossus. These Colossus, they're scared. But the Warp Prism micro, one Colossus gets picked off.
Oh, it does get picked off. But you know what? The micro was good enough. He was able to thin the push just a little bit. Is there enough here to defend, though? We do have a decent amount of charge loss. Overcharge, being used a little bit prematurely, but it does keep the Colossus alive.
It's just the safety, you know? Safety overcharge.
Yeah. And again, Epic has to do something. He just lost 20 workers. Like, he lost an entire mineral line and then some trying to defend at home. Getting a 4th base. I mean, that's a nice win.
It's a good pick off, you know, something TriGGeR really wish he can hold on to, but maybe just let that go so that maybe he can try to cut off Epic's army if he reaches it. Nah, just kidding.
I was thinking about it. He was hoping maybe he could catch it, but in the end, Epic does safely return home. TriGGeR does have eyes on this. More importantly, TriGGeR, he lands his 4th base. He's ahead in bases here in a TVP. It's looking pretty good for Epic. Yeah. Damn.
Now we got TriGGeR transitioning into disruptors with a second robo going down as well. So we're gonna have double disruptor production most likely coming out, and I don't know how Epic's splits are, but I hope they're godly because he's gonna need them.
He's gonna need them, not just that, but he's also gonna need to defend his main base because we see a massive Zealot Warp in here in the main. It looks like this Warp Prism should go down. Ooh, I'm a little bit concerned because Epic is pulling everything back home and TriGGeR is not too far behind him. Oh, never mind. Oh, there we go.
TriGGeR, the only portion of his army was going after Epic's army, but Ghost Academy possibly going down. It's very low. It's gonna deny the Epic Shockwave, but the SCVs, they're repairing it. Repairer's OP.
Wow, he repairs. He's going to be able to keep his Ghost Academy alive, keep enhanced shockwaves. Meanwhile, at the same time, the 4th base looks like will go down just barely, but at the cost of the Colossus and a bunch of these units. Oh my god.
It's cute recall. I think he tried to get majority of his army, but he's got a good amount, a couple of the Archons back home, and I'm kind of afraid this army of Epic is kind of scary. If he doesn't see any Colossus, just land the Vikings, right?
That's all you got to do, mate. Meanwhile, one of the ghosts does get picked up. Disruption goes off. Decent splits.
Second disruptor shot going through, and the splits are good from Epic. Vikings starting to land. They got that plus damage against those stalkers. Easy money. And denied TriGGeR's 4th base once again.
Hey, no one's gonna get a 4th this game. They keep trying and no one's gonna get it. It's just not happening. Oh god. Meanwhile, Epic, he's attempting to get his on location TriGGeR, expanding forward towards his opponent. Bit of an odd base, but you know what? The likelihood of it being scattered, I guess, is lower. I'm not gonna done again.
Another Zealot warp into the maid, trying to do whatever damage they can, but looks like the boys and the reinforcing units that are coming out of the buildings will be enough to defend. Epic just walking into the natural. He says, screw it. Your army's not here. I'm just going to fight it. And disruptor shots being sent off. Good connection so far. That last one couldn't connect as well, and ooh, wow.
Yo, those
good shots, man.
Yeah, the shots were good enough. I was about to say that TriGGeR was completely out of position, and Epic, as you said, he just kind of waltzed his way into the natural base. I was like, yo, this could be huge. He achieved nothing really with it. He killed more than anything. He lost more there. 12 pro, like it's okay, I guess, but was it worth the army?
Yeah, exactly. I would have said just snipe Nexus at that point, right? Like that probably would have been better. I mean, but you know, what can you do, right? He tried to trade. He did the best he can to trade. Disruptor shots were really good. Did reset the Viking count, so TriGGeR has the option to go Colossus once again.
True.
He really wants to. We'll see what both players decide to do.
Exactly. Epic, he did get a glimpse of this base, and there we go. Immediately, he does show up. Yo, TriGGeR, he exposes his own base. He pulls back.
Oh no! He's gotta trying to fight for it. Good disruptor hit, getting a few units. Pushing the army back. That Liberator was cute, but just get picked off right away. This Liberator over here, wow, 12 probe kills straight off. Okay.
Oh my god, this is an insane amount of damage with just the lone Liberator there, paying for itself, more than paying for itself. Meanwhile, TriGGeR is gonna take a wooden mine to the face. Also, Epic, he sees what the army is. He responds.
Gonna sandwich the army in. The disruptor, one disruptor shot gets used up already. The splits, they're pretty decent. Dodges a few of the disruptor shots. Now disruptors are all on cooldown. Free archons essentially, free disruptors, free stalkers. This is a free army.
Everything goes down, delicious. Mate. Yeah, only 2 disruptors remaining here. There's barely any gateway units. It looks like now finally Epic has broken his opponent, and GG gets called.
Wow. Guess you could say that was epic.
What's wrong with you, mate? What's
what is not wrong with you?
Also,
you brought me to the cast.
I don't know if you caught yourself, but you called enhanced shockwaves epic shockwaves.
Listen, man, those are some pretty epic shockwaves.
Oh god!
You think I know what the upgrades are called?
Oh, god damn it. What are you on about? God damn it.
Imagine me making ghosts.
True.
I like Liberators because I don't have the micro.
Oh god. But yeah, what a game. I mean, honestly, it was pretty intense. It was pretty back and forth, despite the really rough opening by TriGGeR, the failed opening by TriGGeR. It was really cool for him to be able to bring it back there and make it as close as it was.
Yeah, that just getting that 4th denied so many times was probably the downfall, honestly.
Definitely.
Couldn't get an economy really going. He was losing probes left and right as well.
Yeah.
So his economy was a bit in shambles, but he put up a good fight, and you know, it was close.
It was definitely close there. Oh boy, and we'll see if Epic can close it out here, or if TriGGeR is going to be able to bring it back. A bit of a surprising map choice. Fun fact, the first time we are seeing this tonight, NA and EU included, we are going to be going into Blackburn.
It's NA, man. There's always going to be Blackburn. Budget Golden Wall.
Yeah, unfortunately, no Beckett Industries so far. Maybe we'll get it later on today. Maybe. I have faith in my NA boys. We'll see. We'll see.
I know you're expecting NA shenanigans, but I don't even think we're like NA is that insane for Beckett Industries.
I know, unfortunately. I won it, mate. I won it. But we'll see as we're diving into game number 2. TriGGeR, I doubt he's going to try and proxy again 2 games in a row, especially when he's on match point. But now that Epic has some freedom, do you think he would do it? Would he be crazy here? Are there even
if anyone wants to proxy, it'd probably be Epic because he's ahead. But we'll see, right?
We'll see.
We'll find out. We'll find out. Because here in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, on Budget Golden Wall, or as other people know, Blackburn LE, we have a red Protoss player playing for Alpha X. It is TriGGeR.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Blackburn LE, we have the American Terran. He's blue, representing Psystorm Gaming. It is Epic.
You think he's just gonna go like Phoenixes, like straight off the bat? Like, I feel like he's gonna do that.
I feel like he probably will, to be honest. I mean, I don't think there's really much of a downside to it. Again, something we have to bear in mind about game number one is that, you know, TriGGeR, he tried to proxy Stargate in the beginning, right? And like he himself was put behind in his build, in his opener. So I do think that, you know, he would have a better chance here if he was able to go into those Phoenixes uninterrupted. You know, the rush distance by air is pretty short on Blackburn, so Phoenixes could do well here. But you know what? Maybe he'll decide to meme it up and go like disrupt or jump, like a Nina. Maybe he'll pull a Nina.
Will he though?
I hope so. I mean, I know that they're good friends, and I know they practice together, Nina and TriGGeR. I mean, so I would hope so. But we'll see. We'll see.
It's kind of a stretch. Every game we see from TriGGeR, he's always gonna start game.
Yeah, I know. Look, I could count a guy dream, you know, just a bit. Maybe
a dream is a wish that your heart makes, you know.
If Yak was here, yo, a dream is Terran, and he's not in here because he's from South Korea.
I hate it already.
Oh god, this is why we don't get Yaku and Milk to cast together.
No, it's not gonna work out.
Should we do that one day? I haven't done it yet. I have no idea what would happen.
Nope. Nope.
Oh god.
I need a sane person. Okay. It's like, you know, I need juxtaposition, right? I need a sane person with an insane person. I'm the insane person.
We need balance. You know what I'm saying?
Balance. Yin and yang.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Something StarCraft doesn't have. Ooh, burn! Sheesh!
And then we never cast a DreamHack again.
And then I got fired.
Oh, God.
Cease and desist from Blizzard.
It's just pretty balanced. It's pretty balanced. What are you on about?
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
Why not? Yeah. Void Rays, Sky Toss. It's great. It's great. Don't you just love it all the time in PvZ? It's beautiful. What else would you want? Yeah.
I'm not, you know, like awkwardly looking to the side of me.
Oh god.
There's no one with the gun to my head giving me a post-it note saying that the game's balanced.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
You on about overcharged?
Marine?
Man with gun? Yo. Tier 1 slash tier 3?
Of course not. That'd be imbalanced to get shoot up.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Blink Stalkers, by the way.
It's Blink, yeah, it is. We were both wrong. I was like, yo, maybe Disruptor, and you're like, nah, Phoenix. I mean, mate, apparently it's Blink Stalkers. And you know what? I'm okay with this, right? You know, this is pretty standard, pretty straight up. Nothing crazy coming out from TriGGeR. And I feel like really what he wants to show is in a straight up in a normal game, yo, I can take it to someone like you. I can take it to Epic.
We'll see how prepared Epic is, though. He's got a Raven. So, you know, he's gonna spot Observer or like any kind of high ground spotting unit that comes his way. I like that. He's got the Marines spread out, right? He's got a Marine at the generally, I guess, right spot where I guess Blink Stalkers can come in. you know, the most likely area. Unless TriGGeR's crazy, just go straight through the natural, but you know.
I was about to say that like this, I don't know if this is the best map for Blink Stalkers. As you said, there's like this one route and that's kind of it. Like there isn't that many other ways in. I guess he could just go straight here. I guess we'll see. He is sending his observer out. Blink is done, so he can dive into the main base if he so wishes. There's a tank in the main though.
There's a tank in the main. You should probably change the score, by the way. Just letting you know.
I apologize. My mistake. My mistake. I was enthralled by our intro.
Sheesh.
I apologize. Thank you, production, for pointing it out. I believe Kuro did point it out, and the people in the chat. I appreciate it.
I want to see what TriGGeR is seeing. So he does see just the barracks, and he sees the bio army on the ramp. He doesn't see the tank, so I wonder if he's gonna risk it for the biscuit and try to go in. Not sure, but he's not committed so hard. You know, this is not all in. He's not fully going. He's just outside. You know, just essentially asserting dominance.
It's, you know, it's not like he has a war prism. You know, like he has a war prism. Yeah,
it's fine.
He does that blink, but he dips in a little bit, does pick off a couple of units here and there, then does escape. Again, he's just looking to contain his opponents, try and delay any kind of push or a third base that does come out from Epic. Speaking of, Epic does have a third on the way, but this push is moving out.
Not gonna lie, it's a scary push, but with Blink Stalkers, he can shave off units one by one, which he's trying to do. See how good his micro is. It's pretty decent, but he's still losing a few units. That's what's worrying me. He's letting units that have no shields take hits, and that's, you know, putting their health lower and lower. Colossus does pop out, but extended thermal lance is not quite finished yet, and I don't think TriGGeR should push out. Please, TriGGeR, don't!
Oh god, he does take one tank volley to the face there. And yo, from there, Epic, he's still a Colossus and he backs off. It's like, I'm done.
I'm out. Peace.
Which again is understandable. He was kind of like this in the previous game as well, like very, very tentative about like overextending, except for when he didn't, when he did overextend. But for the most part, you know, I like this. You know, he just secures his base, takes his third, takes it forward as well, pretty aggressively, and saturates it.
I feel like Epic should just like grab fourth right away. Like,
he should totally.
He's got a solidifying, you know, front at his third, and his fourth should be like pretty free to take. But it's like TriGGeR's trying to go in. There's a lot of Widow Mines here, and they do connect. Concave for TriGGeR's good. The interference matrix from the Raven disabling the Colossus, but the nacho cheese getting on the Zealots and some of Epic's Marauders is gonna kind of, you know, question his decision of going forward. That second Colossus, I swear to God, I thought it was
it was rallied in towards the army. Thankfully, TriGGeR did notice, and honestly, that was a pretty good fight for TriGGeR. Things were looking really bad just because you were talking about it. This is a very solid position with the tanks. He got sieges. Oh no, he got bars. Oh my god.
That's some unfortunate timing right there.
Jesus Christ, Epic, buddy, calm down. that was almost it, right? Mate. But here we go, TriGGeR, he's diving back in. Again, only one tank.
Widow Mine shots going. They're connecting on the Zealots, and the Zealots are charged in on top of the Bioarmor. The Colossus, they're in the back. They're just beaming away at everything they can. The Archons are trying to get to the front line. The boys have been pulled, and Archons soaking up most of the damage. TriGGeR trying to reinforce whatever he can, and the warp is that they're so slow. One Colossus does finally go down, and the Bioarmy, it's possible they can push forward. There's not a lot of gateway units to stop them from pushing, and except for the slow zones.
Yeah, exactly.
Slow zones OP.
More importantly, yo, that fight lasted long enough where these Widow Mines, they reset. And now they have extra charges, and everything was on board. Now with Epic, he's just going on forward across the map. Sure, he lost a lot of workers to defend, but he has so much momentum. He killed one of the Colossus. There's only one Colossus remaining.
Oh, I hope TriGGeR has his shield battery overcharged. because he's gonna need it for this fight for sure.
He's being so greedy as well. He took another base behind this, which is great if he's able to defend. Oh my god! God. Blinking into a minefield. Ay ay ay.
Oh, he thought he was safe.
Meanwhile, we still got plenty more mines where that came from. Plenty of marauders as well. Again, only 2 colossus, not that much of a buffer here. Okay, here we go. More zealots coming in.
More zealots coming in. Disruptors are also being mixed into the army as well. So TriGGeR, you know, might have a chance being able to zone out a lot of the army of Epic when the fight happens. But he's not fighting with the Disruptor. Like, the Disruptor's just left behind, but he's just going in with his gateway units and the Colossus, and it's a bit of a choke that he's fighting into, and they just trade it out.
Yeah, honestly, I do think that TriGGeR, he did trade well, you know, clearing out all the mines. As you said, he probably could have done better if he did bring his his Disruptor as well. Unfortunately, it was left behind, but TriGGeR, he's moving out once again. Meanwhile, we just see a bit of a drop headed towards that gold base. Oh, but he comes back.
A bit of a drop heading to the gold base, a bit of a flank coming in from TriGGeR into the natural of Epic. Just zealots trying to run through. They're just taking a lap around the map, you know, and now TriGGeR, he's going for it. He's trying to commit. Zoning Disruptor shot going out, but deciding to back off and letting the zealots do their work in the natural.
Yeah, exactly. They drag a lot of the army back home. I would have loved to have seen TriGGeR try and push into the third base at the same time. Instead, he does back off. He's not really feeling it. He wants to reinforce his army even more. God, 2 Disruptors coming out at a time. Plenty of upgrades on the way, and this gold base is kicking in. And I'm worried right now for Epic, because we were talking about it earlier, like 5 minutes ago. It would have been great for Epic to have taken a 4th base, but he's still stuck on 3 bases.
That he is focusing hard on the mineral income, but I guess the fight is starting to happen. Disruptor shots going out. They're hitting the slow zone, so they won't connect with any of the units. Another disruptor shot going out. Good splits from Epic, being able to dodge those shots of Stalkers trying to blink forward, be aggressive, but no connections whatsoever. And both players just they're throwing punches at each other, man, but you know, they're barely gazing at each other.
And I would say that TriGGeR's being so greedy right now. He's taking another base. He got the gold. Now he's taking a 5th behind it. He's pushing on forward. His army, I still think, is a little bit vulnerable, but we'll see how good those Disruptor shots are going to be.
It's like good amount are connecting. That was a good connection right there. Clears out a lot of the bio. Vikings have to land, and the boys have been pulled. Let's see how much damage TriGGeR can do with just Stalkers.
Apparently it's good enough, because there's just not that much bio here. It's mainly Vikings, really. And yo, Vikings cannot split. The Disruptor shots do go off, and now TriGGeR, it looks like for the most part he has broken Epic, but Epic forced to land even more Vikings. Yo, TriGGeR, what's that? Keep going. Huh.
Yo, that's just what TriGGeR does, man. He's just being patient. He's just sending zealots, you know, on the flank. The zealots hitting the 4th base of Epic. More zealots being warped in on the flank side as well. Disruptor shots going off, landing on the Vikings, landing on the Marauders. The boys have been evacuated. Epic's just being sandwiched. GG is called. TriGGeR takes map.
Yo, let's go. After game 1, I was worried. I was worried for my boy, but he pulls it back there in the end. And we are going to that ace match.
Let's go. I'm ready. What's the map? Just give it to us. Oof.
Oh, man, we got it, man.
Oof. Oof.
Looks like the map is going to be 2,000 atmospheres.
I feel like TriGGeR's just like handling the game in his own way. And Epic is just playing into his hands, man. But, he's got to switch it up.
That he is. Oh. Just let them know that we're good, ready to go. Dive into this. And now my question to you is, because I would love to see it, I don't know if we will, in the ace match, do either of these guys have it in them to proxy.
I don't think they're going to.
I don't think so either, but I'm hoping.
You're sick.
God, like imagine, mate. Imagine if like we go full circle and in the ace match, we go for the proxy void ray again.
Nah, you're sick. Because in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, on 2,000 atmospheres LE, we have our red Protoss player playing for Alpha X. It is TriGGeR.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2,000 atmospheres LE, we have the American Terran. He's blue, representing Psystorm Gaming. It is Epic.
So you want to see a proxy?
Oh yeah.
From who though?
From TriGGeR, mate. It's not gonna happen. Of course it's not gonna happen, but you know, a man can dream, mate. A man can dream. Oh boy.
Unless?
Unless.
Unless?
Oh mate, nah mate. Just go on, go on.
Just cute scout, the kiss, you know, it's fine.
Yeah, gonna be going in, gonna go for a little bit of a scout to make sure everything is on the up and up on the side of the Terran. And we've seen TriGGeR go for Phoenix openers, we've seen him go for Blink Stalker openers. I think it's really cool for him to show off both styles, you know, show off that he isn't stubborn enough to really just go for one, kind of like Goblin in a way, so yeah, I like it because it's a way to keep your opponent on his toes.
Will we see a Stargate opener this time, though? That's the question.
I kind of want it, not gonna lie.
Oh!
Aye. Oh god.
Oh, I'm giving the match to Epic. That's it. He wins.
GG.
He killed the probe. Just GG. We're done. Move on.
Just give him the W. Just give it to him, mate. It's over.
It's done, dude. It's already been decided.
He's scouting for a proxy, mate.
You can never be too sure, you know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, yeah, it's possible. We have seen in the past, you know, proxy Twilight Council or just proxy Dark Shrine as well with a fast Twilight Council in the main. It's definitely something that you can go for, or even just straight up proxy Stargate. But yeah, Epic confirms that there's nothing crazy going on
yet.
Yes.
So we got Twilight Council, probably Blink once again. I feel like TriGGeR's been feeling that Blink play. This Adept is going to get this SCV building the command center.
Wow.
Is this command center never going to go up?
Wow. Just wow.
Where's the Stalker? Where's the Stalker? Bring the Stalker.
Yo, Stalker's on the way. Let's go. So far, the Adept is being annoying, but it looks like the CC will finish. There are just far too many SCVs here.
Killed the Reaper,
He did kill the Reaper. Jesus Christ. Yo, the bunker's not done. The bunker.
Hey,
can it finish?
The bunker's gonna finish?
It's gonna finish. It's fine, right? Yeah.
Oh, it's fine. You got 3 SCVs, a Reaper, some, you know, build time, a few Marines. For an Adept?
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Shout out to nice username. Look at that beautiful battle report. First time we're using it today. But yeah, a lot of value gotten there on the side of TriGGeR. Nicely done. Not the biggest of deals, obviously, but it's always nice to get an early lead. Oh my. Yo.
That's insane.
We got a very fancy Widowmine drop coming across the map.
Oh, was that Speed Burrow I see?
Yeah, not just that, an armory as well, so you need detection to help clean these up. And
hopefully TriGGeR gets an observer right away.
Yeah. Feels bad, man. Observer is on the way. Will it be at home? Probably not, but a recall should be available so that the observer can come home. But again, this is pretty cute. Like, you know, there's a lot of invested here, sure, but there's also a lot of potential here for damage to be done.
That's true. It's true. It's very guess, very little time to react with the speed burrow from the Widow Mines. So TriGGeR's got to be on point with his probe pools. It's interesting that he's going towards the third side. I feel like might as well just go straight into the main with this, in my opinion. But we'll see how. What if, or maybe he's just preparing himself, like in case TriGGeR does a probe pool and tries to pull into the third. But I don't know.
You could also argue that going to the main base is a little bit more obvious. And he actually didn't see the Twilight Council, so he may not be 100% certain that there aren't Phoenixes like patrolling that area or something. So maybe he just wants to try and be a little bit sneaky. Sure, it does delay the drop, but he's going right in. Meanwhile, do we have a response? Has TriGGeR noticed this drop so far? I don't believe he has. Oh. Oh no.
Mine's dropping. All three do. And the naturals essentially cleaned up. 10 probes going down.
Wow, 10 probes go down. Are they going to be able to reset? I doubt it. Ooh, Medevac is going to escape.
Nah. He wanted to try to pick him up once again, but that's not gonna happen. The Widow Mines, they'll get cleaned up, easy peasy. 10 probes, it's pretty good, but that's damage that he can recover from pretty easily.
Yeah, like you could argue that 10 workers could have died without the investments of the armory and the drilling claws. To be fair, like this will come into play, right? It will affect his main army because he still has a couple of Widow Mines, that will come alongside them. But yeah, that was a pretty big investment. I don't know if that necessarily paid for itself. The TriGGeR is still ahead in workers.
Yeah. Again, 10 probes wasn't too bad, honestly. He can afford it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
If anything, it kind of just evened out of what Epic invested into, right?
True. Like, imagine if Epic didn't get those 10 worker kills. He would be in a pretty awful position right now. It'd be looking very bad. So yeah, thankfully he did get those kills. Meanwhile, he is trying to establish his third base. TriGGeR has had his own for a while now, except that Thermaless is on the way. 2 Colossus already done. This is looking like a very scary push, and unfortunately because of the opener, like this time Epic, he doesn't have like a Raven for interference matrix or a disable or anything like that. I'm worried.
This is kind of looking like game 2, honestly, and if TriGGeR keeps this up and Epic lets him, keep going at this pace, I feel like Epic's gonna get run over by TriGGeR's economy.
It's possible. It's definitely possible. Thankfully, there's a tank and a Widowmine here to defend. TriGGeR is looking to try and hit the third base. At the same time, Epic is going for another Widowmine drop.
+1 attack completed. Charge is almost done, not quite yet. I assume TriGGeR is going to be waiting for Charge to finish before he does go in. It's like the Widow Mines, they do drop. And 12 probes going down, way better than last time. And with that photon cannon there, though, it's gonna get cleaned up fairly easily. But now TriGGeR's debating whether he's actually going to go in or not.
Yeah, he's second guessing himself. Really nicely done there by Epic, able to come back with round 2 of the Widowmine drop. And yeah, TriGGeR, he pulls back. He's like, nah, mate, I'm not feeling it after losing all those workers. Very well done there by Epic. Damn.
All right, so Epic bought himself a good amount of time, with that Widowmine drop. TriGGeR's not going in on him quite yet. I kind of want to see like another expansion coming in from Epic, with the time he bought himself.
Yeah,
I'm really iffy about just staying on 3 bases at this point.
I mean, we said the same thing, or you said the same thing last game, right? You're like, hey, you secure your third, like you're looking good, you're well defended. Get another base, expand, and it's just something that Epic isn't really going for. He's prioritizing more his tech, his upgrades, his production, which is great, I guess, but it does kind of put you a little bit more all in, right? Like without having that soft economy to fall back on.
Yeah, like it doesn't even have to be like at location, right? You can just have a command center ready to go. Like even that bit of investment is good enough, I would say. All right, just kidding. He read our minds, and he's going for it.
He is going for that third base. It's a little bit later than we would have liked, but at least it is on the way. Meanwhile, ghosts are already out, and hand shockwaves or epic shockwaves are on the way up. I missed it, but looks like there was another Widowmine drop. 9 more probes went down.
All right, 9 probes going down. It looks like TriGGeR's opting for, he wants a fight. He's like edging forward across the middle of the map. The first engagement has been shot. The Viking does shoot. The disruptor shots, they are missing left and right. The splits were fairly good. Open spaces helping Epic a lot, and with that, Epic is pushed TriGGeR's army to the side. It's just allowing to go forward. That disruptor shot just decided to go some random place in the world. I don't know what.
0 disruptor shots landed. Like, I don't know what the hell they were trying to aim for. Again, another one whiffs. Like, I don't think a single one has landed any kind of connection at all.
Well, TriGGeR's trying to push forward the Zealots. You know, they're doing what they can, but man with guns pretty good. One disruptor shot does get a Marauder, and another one does get a Marine, but the bio is pretty drugged up right now. I feel like Epic should reset his forces before going into another fight.
Yeah, exactly. Like, as great as that was for Epic, the fact that he was able to avoid every single disruptor shot for the most part, problem is that the disruptors survived, and they have another chance to redeem themselves. So TriGGeR himself has another chance to redeem himself, so that's kind of scary. There's a lot of disruptors here. Again, a lot of potential for just an insane amount of damage, so Epic has to be careful not to overstay his welcome. Oh boy, he's committed.
Oh, EMPs land on the majority of the army, which is really good. Disruptors, they're trying. They're getting only 1 unit at a time, which isn't, you know, the best, but it is still damage at least. And TriGGeR being able to send the Zealots across the map to deny the mining of this base, getting at least 8 SCV kills. Nice.
Yeah, at the very same time, TriGGeR, he pulls the trigger. He wants to fight the main army. The disruptor shots go off. They don't really deal too much damage. That one, finally, a juicy connection.
Looks like the ground army is going to get cleaned up, and is that going to allow TriGGeR to move forward? Looks like he's not going to quite yet. He doesn't have a Warp Prism, anything to kind of reinforce his armies, so his army's kind of weak right now, so he's got to be careful.
Yeah,
the shots going off to try to buy himself some time.
TriGGeR, he has to be so careful here. Again, as you said, honestly, there's not a big buffer here. He lost the Colossus earlier as well. Like, he's relying a lot on these disruptor shots. Like, he doesn't want to overextend by any means. He's got some momentum going. He doesn't want to throw it away. Along those lines, mate, another base gets thrown up. Your massive warp in of Stalkers. The army of TriGGeR does get caught out.
TriGGeR's army is trying to sandwich on top of this bio army. That Indecision's light, giving, you know, Epic free damage on these Zealots. The Zealots are all softened up. They can't take any more hits, honestly. Ooh, that was a pretty decent shot, not gonna lie.
Yeah, mate, we got plenty more where that came from. The shots do go off. Ooh, 2 of them do miss, but the other 2, they do get some connections.
Another disruptor shot does get a good chunk of units. Half of TriGGeR's army has no shields, though the EMPs were pretty sick, but now I don't see any more ghosts. I don't see any more EMPs coming in, and TriGGeR still got the bulk of his army, still pretty healthy.
Exactly, like TriGGeR has barely lost any disruptor. As I quickly check, 3 have gone down, sure, but like, I mean, what, there's 5, 6 here for the longest time. This is insane. And as you said, I'm worried for Epic's army composition because he lost his ghosts earlier and he has not been replacing them.
Alright, forward Blink, try to pick off as many medevacts as he can. Gets 1. Widowmine doesn't get a shot off, unfortunately. But the scan is pretty good. He did see the Dark Templars. So he needs to, you know, keep that in mind. I don't know if he actually saw them, but, you know, he did scan them. So, you know, he's got to keep that in mind. And I like that he's being cute and he's getting Dark Templar Blink as well. That's going to cause some problems for Epic.
Definitely. We've seen DTs, especially with Blink, mass DT, just right click on a planetary and just kill it. It can be disgusting, mate. Oh! Oh my god. What was that? 3, 4 Marauders? Oh god.
That was a good chunk. That's all I can say.
It was disgusting, mate. More disruptor shots are going off. One of the disruptors does get picked off. You know, greatly, like, nice moves there by Epic, but here come those DTs. Ooh, not enough.
Fortunately, SCVs were ready to repair. They're not. They did repair. Just get that command center. Get it.
There's no detection. Papi, please. Go get him.
Looks like TriGGeR's trying to like fight this, but there's a tank there, dude. Like, get some zealots or something. Like, buffer for your stalkers. Cause come on, man.
And yo,
they're just taking hits left and right.
And Epic, he was doing his best beyond impression there. Like, he was dodging disruptor shots left and right. That was crazy. Able to avoid the majority of them. Meanwhile, another Widowmine drop. A couple of probes do go down. They will get cleaned up eventually. Oh, it's gonna take a while for this cannon though. They could reset. Oh, never mind.
Oh. He just missed.
Does he think he got them? Oh no! Oh no! TriGGeR, please! Them. No!
Oh no! Oh, okay. He's fine.
Oh god! Oh, no! 7 probes go down. TriGGeR, please, yo! I feel like those disruptor shots that they're the tail of this game, mate. They just sometimes they just completely miss. Oh god. Thankfully the cannon does finish up. These Widowmines will get dealt with as they do slowly float to the surface.
Yeah, and then the Liberator's there and just, you know,
just goes to town.
Everything. Alright, forward blink coming from TriGGeR, trying to challenge this army. No disruptor shots have been used yet. The zealots, they're all cleaned up, so there's no buffer for the stalkers to fight this bio army. It's gonna be scary, but
oh, here comes a buffer.
DTs,
yeah, the TTs are here.
Good
Let's
EMP
go.
Though. Oh man, good blink forward from the DTs, trying to cause some chaos, but the splits, they're insane, dodging these disruptor shots. And did he just shoot his own unit?
He did. Mate, I don't know what it is with Terrans today, but like even in DreamHack,
it's not an NA game without an NA player shooting one of their units.
It's true. It's very true. It's very true.
Probe, you know, Marine, Siege Tank, Raven,
CC, you know, just. Meanwhile, one of the disruptors does get picked up, but again, these shots, like, they're not getting incredibly juicy connections, but, you know, a couple of units here and there, it does add up.
These Liberator shots, free shots on these stalkers, though, that's hurtful.
Definitely. That's the thing, though. We need an answer to these Liberators, because we have 4 Liberators coming out at a time, and all these Libs are showing up, you know, to harass across the map. Like, TriGGeR, he needs something better than just Blink Stalkers. Okay. Preemptive disruptor shot. It's pretty good. And that was so risky. But a good chunk of army does get hit. And this is winnable for TriGGeR. He can fight this. Yeah, he blinks on forward. Yeah, he focuses down the Liberators. Meanwhile, 4 more Liberators show up, and it looks like that may be enough here to push TriGGeR away. No, he's committed.
No, he's blinking forward. He's going for it, but the Marauders are doing what they can. They're trying to slow down the gateway units, but they survived somehow. Yeah. There was like 4 Marauders fighting in a whole horde of Protoss army.
It was. Honestly, TriGGeR didn't need to turn around. He could have kept going. He could have maybe broken Epic then and there. To be fair, he still has a decent chance as he does reinforce his army. He's going for more of these fringe bases, going to be taking them down. Ooh, Widowmine shot does go off, does take out one of these disruptors.
Ooh, SCVs here caught in the fray, gonna get cleaned up. Forward blink on top of these Marauders. They can't escape. The stalkers are too fat. The body blocking them. And is that the bio army? I think that was the bio army.
That was the bio army. We still have a couple of Liberators harassing across the map, but yo, Epic, he is running out of money. He is stuck on 4 bases, and he's been stuck on 4 bases for the past 10 minutes, mate. He just cannot get another one up and running.
That's it.
That is it. GG.